We would like to thank all the friends and loved ones gathered here today to celebrate the union of Cameron and Marissa. This joyous occasion marks the beginning of a special chapter in their lives. Let us celebrate the happiness Cameron and Marissa bring each other and appreciate the special bond that they share. With a strong foundation of love, trust, and mutual respect, they will now embark on this lifelong journey together. Marriage is a sacred human tradition. As we gather here, let us recognize the significance of the vows that will be spoken today. Not only do they mark a lifelong commitment, but they represent a tradition which dates back thousands of years. Life offers few greater joys than a deep connection felt with one another. But a soulmate is more than just a special connection. Author Elizabeth Gilbert reminds us, people think a soulmate is your perfect fit, and that's what everyone wants. But a true soulmate is a mirror. The person who shows you everything that is holding you back. The person who brings you to your own attention so you can change your life. When we marry, we make a decision to share all aspects of ourselves with another. Today, Cameron and Marissa have chosen to take this step. While a serious commitment, this ceremony brings us great joy as well. The couple that stands before us clearly shares a special bond, and I'd like to offer them a chance to express their love for each other. To that end, I will now invite the groom and bride to share their sacred vows. Cameron, would you like to go first?
Yes. One cheesy gordita crunch, one medium. Okay, never mind. That was the Taco Bell receipt from earlier. I'll just read from my phone if that's okay.
That's okay.
Sorry. I have always wanted to be passionate, not just for my own growth and ideas, but for someone to have a reciprocated love that I share with somebody else. And to have someone who not only listens to me, but who understands me. For someone who not only loves me, but loves spending time with me. And for someone who could look past my face and see into my heart, to unearth my kindness and bring out a better me. When I am with you, all of these desires are filled. At one time, I didn't think that I would get married, and I didn't think marriage was for me. Didn't think anyone could stand me at my worst, to see me unemployed and still love me, and to watch me get frustrated at something and still be at my side, calming me down. To hold me when I feel defeated, and to tell me that you're still mine, and that I'm still yours. You've always been there to love me, even at my worst. But you give me more than just love, Marissa. You give me hope for the future. You're someone who supports me and my goals. I have a lot of dumb ideas, as you and everybody standing here with us today knows. I've dreamt up some really weird hypotheticals and some antics. But no matter how stupid it is, no matter how stupid something I say sounds, if I believe in it, you believe in me. There were times where I forgot a lunch for work and you sacrificed your time off to bring me it. Without even me asking. There were times where you gave me rides to school and to work when it was cold outside just because you wanted me to be comfortable. And there were times where I annoyed you, but you still stayed with me just because you wanted to spend time with me. You gave me your time. The single most valuable resource that any of us have, and you spent it on me recklessly. You have no regard for your own self-pleasures if you could make someone else's day. And that is something that I truly think is a trait that nobody else on this earth can possess. You do more than make my day, Marissa. You make my life complete, and there is nothing I would not do to protect our love. I have always, and will always be forever yours. I love you. I love you.
Marissa, please share your vows.
Okay. 4 rewrites. Relationships are a lot like house hunting. For many people, the path was obvious. All they needed to do was furnish one, and they have a home. But you and I like a challenge. We didn't have one of those love at first sight stories. Instead, we found the same plot of land with no house and thought, yep, I like it right here. I can see a potential for a home. It took a while for me to pinpoint a time when I knew you were going to be my end game. I thought it could be the fact that we're both incredibly good looking, or that we can make anybody laugh with our razor sharp wit. Maybe it was when you finally started to love Harry Potter when we watched it during our lunch period at BSU, or when you first told me you loved me after your first drum corps show that I dragged you to. But then I remembered one night a few years ago when you, point blank, told me that it personally affected you, that I never stood up for myself even when I had both legs to stand on. In one moment, you showed me that the voice I had reserved only for writing deserved the spotlight, to be a full and open part of who I am today, but not just a tool reserved for fantasy. I don't claim to be perfect. I'm messy, disorganized, and I don't have a college degree. I cannot promise that every day will be amazing, but I can promise to be the best navigator through the muddy and unpredictable waters of life. I promise to love and support you, and to always have your back. Nearly 5 years ago, we made a choice to put the work into turning this empty piece of land into a home. And for all the books I've read and all the stories I've written, the best by far is the story that I'm creating with you. It's time for the next chapter.
Cameron and Marissa, please join hands. Cameron, in front of all those gathered here today, do you take Marissa to be your wife, to stay by her through sickness and health, through failure and success, through times of sorrow and times of joy, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Marissa, in front of all those gathered here today, do you take Cameron to be your husband, to stay by him through sickness and through health, through failure and success, through times of sorrow and times of joy, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Now it is time to exchange rings. Wedding rings serve as a physical representation of your bond, a constant reminder of the commitment you've undertaken. But they serve a symbolic purpose as well. As you prepare to place the ring on your partner's finger, take a moment to appreciate its circular shape. Just as a circle has no end, so too will your union be unending. Marissa, please repeat after me. I, Marissa, give you Cameron.
I, Marissa, give you Cameron.
This ring
This ring
as a sign of my endless love for you.
as a sign of my endless love for you.
May it ever serve
May it ever serve
to remind us both of the bond we share.
to remind us both of the bond we share.
Cameron, please repeat after me. I, Cameron,
I, Cameron,
give you Marissa.
give you Marissa.
This ring as a sign of my endless love for you.
This ring as a sign of my endless love for you.
May it ever serve
May it ever serve
to remind us of the bond we share.
to remind us of the bond we share.
By the power vested in me by the Universal Life Church and by the state of Idaho, I am happy to pronounce Cameron and Marissa as husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Mr. and Mrs. Locati.